So I want to show you how to pull a handle. This is how I make almost all my handles. There's a lot of ways to make handles, but this is my favorite way, and I learned this from the one and only Simon Lee. First thing you're going to do is grab a hunk of clay and kind of get it in a shape that's workable, and then you're going to start pulling it down. You don't want to pull too tight or it's going to pull right off. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling like this to get it longer, and then I'm also going in between my fingers to get it a little bit flatter, because I like a little bit flatter. So it's like this and then like this. Now you don't want it too thin. You can kind of do the handles however thin or thick you want. I like it to have a little bit of substance to the handle, so that's a good length for me. This last part here, see how it kind of bulbs at the end? I don't really like that as much. I'm going to lay it flat, go in here, and then with my thumb, just kind of cut it off like that. Now eventually, when I'm handling these, I'm putting them on the mugs, I'm going to cut the edge of that off, and I'll wind up cutting the end of this off too. But let me do a few more so I can show you. If you like this content, you'll love my new course. Mugs are money, how to make pottery that sells. We'll be going over hand building, slip casting, and wheel throwing, the most commonly sold pottery item on the planet, the coffee mug. Check it out in the links below. I like to make sure I don't have a whole lot of chunks in my water bucket at this point, because sometimes those will be problematic for you. And depending on, I think around 40 mugs up there, so I'm going to try to get these kind of close together, because I'm going to have a lot of handles to put on. Now, if you happen to get them too dry along the way, like you're trying to handle them and they're just not wet enough, you can actually dip them in the water bucket too. And this is just one of many ways to make handles, so no real right or wrong way. But I love the real gestural forms that these handles give you. It just is such an organic, smooth, not uniform look. Like it will have uniqueness to the line of the handle if you do it this way. You see, I kind of nicked it there. That's not going to be a big deal at all, because when I attach it, I'm going to wet it again and kind of pull that angle out again. So that is totally correctable. Okay, I got 38 handles exactly. It just fits exactly on this board. So I'm going to let these dry for a little bit. I'm not going to go all the way to leather hard. I want them still to be a little workable, a little wiggly. Next stage will be these being attached to the mugs. Click or tap the screen to watch.